How can you lose body fat and build muscle at the same time? This is what I hear everybody saying on social media, whether it's in my Instagram DMs, in the comments, on other creators' platforms. Every lad seems to think that it's not possible. They think if you want to build muscle, you have to do a proper bulk. If you want to lose fat, you have to do a proper cut. Now, I understand why a lot of people think this way, because if we look back at the old school bodybuilding guys, it was just bulk, cut, bulk, cut, bulk, cut. But they have every reason to do that, and they're not wrong. Who should bulk and cut? Pro bodybuilders or aspiring pro bodybuilders. If you want, and there's nothing wrong with this, the rest of your life to be going all in on bodybuilding, be jumping on stage, getting as big as humanly possible, then do it. 100% you should take the bulk cut route, because you are going to be able to get performance slightly higher in that bulk environment, and you are going to be able to lose body fat faster, which means in the long run, yes. However, there are a lot of downsides which come with the bulking cutting, and for 99.9% of the population, it's simply the worst route you can take in order to achieve your physique goals. So who shouldn't bulk and cut? Guys who are actually striving to be a high performer in all areas. They don't just want to be a bodybuilder on stage. They want to look good. They want the physique, but they want the mindset. They want the career, the business success, and they want the good lifestyle. Lads looking to build muscle, improve their proportions, aesthetics, want to remain lean, 8 to 12% body fat year-round with ease. So this is me down here. I never gain more body fat than this. I just chill in this spot year-round using this method I'm going to show you in this video. They also want mental focus and energy and confidence through the roof all year. Like myself, I work 14, 16-hour days every day. I want to be sharp. Guys, for anybody that has done a bulk and cut, you will know that you feel extremely lethargic most of the year and have very low confidence. Like I've written here, guys, if you're going through this bulk cut spiral, you're going to get excessive fat gain. That's also going to mean that your confidence completely drops for 95% of the year whilst you're fat. Nobody wants to be fat. Nobody respects the fat guy. Guys, I was actually being shown around a very nice property in Dubai last week, and the estate agent, he was fat, and I could tell he actually went to the gym, but it was just bulked, and I was like, mate, you look horrendous. You look like a little pig. Look, like, what are you doing? Like, it's awful. No one wants to be fat. You're a real estate guy. Like, if you're career focused, don't be fat. It's the worst mistake you can make. There was no way I was going to get that property with that guy just simply based on how he moved, how sluggish you were. Like, nobody likes the chubby guy who clearly doesn't respect himself and how he feels. No one feels good looking like that. You're going to get excessive fat gain. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to have low energy, body dysmorphia. Guys, I've been there. Back in the day, I tried a bulk, and guys, you go through the bulk, you go through the cut, you pretty much look the same afterwards. And you feel horrendous. Why should you guys train? You guys should train to operate at the highest level year-round and achieve success in all areas of life and feel good on a day-to-day basis. The bodybuilding route, yes, it can produce some amazing results for bodybuilders that want to be bodybuilders, but as a lifestyle, it leaves you feeling extremely low. And the last thing you guys want to feel is low with low cognitive performance. It leaves you with clothing issues. Get too fat, belly's poking out into the bottom of your t-shirt. Then you cut, and now you're tiny again, and you now need some fucking new belts. It also leaves you with a weaker mindset. Optimizing for short-term gratification. I see this especially in bulk phases when you've got guys just opting for junk and they're like, oh yeah, I'm in a bulk, I can grab the donuts. You're just optimizing for short-term gratification. Your mindset is getting weaker and weaker and weaker every day and lowering your baseline. If you want to be successful in all areas, you need to be on a high frequency with a strong mindset. No wonder a lot of the guys who bulk quit after 5 days when they start an online business, and they just choose the easy, comfortable route on the sofa with Netflix with a girl when they could be grinding and building a fucking huge business and life for themselves. Muscle loss. Most guys look exactly the same when they've stripped it all off, go in an aggressive cut, and they're like, oh, Tom, I lose muscle in a cut. I'm like, yes, because you're doing it wrong. Inconsistent lifestyle. You've got 16 weeks of your year where You can't eat anything other than chicken and rice out of a meal prep dish, and you can't go out and you can't do anything. And then you've got half of you just feeling like a slob, lethargic, slow, eating loads of rubbish to ramp your calories up, claiming it makes you feel amazing because you're bulking, when all you're doing is you're just bulking fucking fat, guys. It's disgusting. Nobody thinks you look good when you're fat. And I can say this first person. I've been the guy that was skinny fat and I thought the bulk would be good. I looked shit when I bulked. It's not the way forwards, guys. There is nothing better than being sharp all year round and actually looking good. Also, eating disorders, guys. You're going from tunning food down your fucking face to then restricting all your food, going into like a shoot, and then you're just binge eating again. You're like, oh, it's fine. It's bulking season now. Just let's have 6 desserts. The amount of eating disorders I see with lads who have gone through bulking and cutting, they come into our program and they're extremely shocked at how easy it is. But I have to really ramp out their bad habits with their food, and they don't even realize they have an eating disorder when they're working with it at the very start. Also operating at the lowest level cognitively. Really aggressive cuts, draining you out flat. Obviously, high surplus of food, making you feel flat. You're never going to be successful when your mind is in the bin. How I see it, guys, is when you structure everything like we're going to talk about today for high performance, you perform up here. If you weren't even gymming really and you were just doing moderate exercise, but you weren't doing anything really, nothing structured, you would be at baseline 0. So it's like 0 plus 100 if we optimize like we're going to talk about today. But then the bulk cut route makes you feel minus 100. You're worse off than the guys, like some people say, oh yeah, he's successful. He just does like a run a week and trains a bit. He's not even good with his nutrition. I'm like, he will be better than the guys who are bulking and cutting aggressively in his business. The best route, though, is plus 100, and that's where we optimize for high performance and elite physique. The solution, guys, is body recomposition. This is the process we take all of our clients through to build the best physique, but the best mindset, and also allow them to kill it in life. Life isn't just about your physique, guys. It's about being a performer in your career, financially, in your relationships, in your lifestyle. And in order to achieve anything new, you have to become someone new. But when you go the bulk cut route, you're becoming someone worse. You're just becoming a slug. We want you sharp as fuck, looking good and confident year round. You need to feel good every single day of the year. And that's only possible with this method. Work life, you need to feel good year round. You can't just have a burst of work where you're like, oh yeah, I've got shredded now for 4 days of the year before my bulk. My business is going to boom because I feel good, or I'm going to do well in my career. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's the biggest myth. I used to think it. It's not true. You just need to be a high performer all year round. Consistency wins. It's brick by brick daily. All you're doing in a bulk is just swiping away all the bricks from the house. Then you're just fucking trying to rebuild it, and then you swipe them all away again. You just need to be putting brick by brick better every day. Social life, you're going to feel good. Nobody, like, guys, it's crazy how many times I go out and there's some guy who's bulking or in an aggressive cut and they're just insecure as fuck because they clearly hate who they are. They're like, oh, I feel so skinny. Or there's a guy there that's all fucking puff-faced. And I'm like, bro, like, you don't have to be shredded, bro. But you also don't have to be fucking fat. Like, just fuck me. I know you're insecure. You don't have to project it to the world. Dating. Guys don't even fucking want it. Guys are fucking with the fucking hoodies on. The pussies. Get your fucking abs out year round. Women hate guys who don't look like they're disciplined. And as much as you claim you're disciplined, but you're just subbing it off as you're bulking, you don't look, girls don't know what you're fucking doing. Girls just think, you're a fucking retard, you're fat. Girls don't want the fat guys. The high-end women definitely don't want the fat guys. They want guys that are just precise, precision, every single day, on their shit. High energy. They're waking up before the girl. They're working before the girl's even woken up. They're then in the gym. They're hitting the shit. Bulking and cutting is just fucking bullshit, guys. You're missing out on all of life, and it's just a big lie you've been told, and now you're telling yourself. It's just a poor belief system that you've embedded. Constant high energy and mood. You will get no good opportunities in life when you're on a constant low, and you're all there like, oh, yeah, it's hard. I'm in my 9 to 5. I'm like, because you're slugging away, bulking and cutting, think that's going to solve your problems. Yes, you need to work on your physique and mindset, but doing it that way is literally making life harder for you. the ability to live a consistent lifestyle. So by that, what I mean is you don't have to have extreme periods of isolation where you can't even go to a fucking bar or a restaurant with your family or your friends or your partner because you're like, oh, I'm on prep. Prep for fucking what? 2 days and you're bulk again? It's fucking stupid, guys. You want to be able to, no matter what day of the year, you're like, yeah, I can come and I'm just not going to eat like a fucking retard. I'm not a pig. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. If someone says, do you want to go to a restaurant? Yes, I can go. And I'm never going to eat like the fat cunt, and I'm never going to eat like the fucking guy who's trying to starve himself. I'm just going to eat like a normal, high-performance human being, eating healthy from good food sources, trying to optimize for protein. Jesus Christ, do you realize how retarded you've been so far, guys? Like, honestly, I love you guys, but it's crazy how brainwashed everyone is into this bulk cut fucking world. And no results. You're still trying to tell yourself that bulk cut works, and there's still no results. But I mean, I can pretty show this clearly fucking works, guys. It's scary. Also, consistent habits. Like I said, everything's brick by brick. When you want to do well in your career, or if you're starting a business or an online business, whatever, you got to be consistent. You don't want your routine changing to the point where, you know, you're just doing no cardio and now you're just being a slob on the sofa all day, and then you go in extreme, you got cardio and you can't do anything now. You don't have time to work on your business because you know. No, it's just like my calendar year round is just block, 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 block. Boom. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you through how we do it. And the slight tweaks we make in a recomp phase are lines still in the calendar. The calendar doesn't change. That's so important for high performers to actually build a life for yourself. You will never build a life for yourself if you're constantly changing your habits and your routine. Fitness and high performance this way actually now becomes your biggest asset, like not a liability. Like I said, you're going from 0 to minus 100 if you bulk cut. We're going to bring you back to 0 and then plus 100. You're going to be net plus 200 ahead of where you would be from bulking and cutting. That's a huge misconception. Like, I am all for, I think it's the most important thing. You build your body, then your mind is sat on your body. You can't have a good mind without a good body. So how can you have a good mindset when you're bulking and cutting and you look shit 99% of the year? And you can't have a good life if your mind's in a bad place. But your mind can't be in a good place if your body's fucking shit all year round. So we have a body that morphs. Recomposition is just about, it's just morphing, losing body fat, staying lean, building muscle all year round. We're going to have an immaculate body year round. My guys all look fucking ridiculous all year. And then we take the performance up, we build muscle tissue, and we work on everything else. Mindset, career, lifestyle, and everything is just a constant up. It's not like this. You are just the biggest liability to yourself right now, guys. I promise you. So here's a bit of a visual to what I was just talking about there. What is required to actually build muscle and lose body fat simultaneously? We need obviously performance and we need recovery. Big misconception. More food does not build you muscle, guys. More food makes you fat. A surplus makes you fat. Facts. You're thinking you just pile in all this food, you're going for the ready meals, you're going in for the fucking donuts, the sweets, the chocolate, tons of fucking cereal, processed food, sugars. Oh, it's going to make me jack. No, it's going to make you fucking fat, guys. And you're going to feel extremely down. You're going to feel very depressed. You're going to feel very insecure. You're going to get nowhere with your career. Women are going to think you're a fucking idiot. And you're going to be lying in bed crying at why you've got fucking no girl and got no money. You need to become a high performer, right? So ditch that mindset. That's a shit belief system. I know it's a shit belief system. I've had it before. We're going to remove it, extract it, move on. The performance and recovery benefits from food are what can aid in muscle building. So we need performance and recovery. If we have both performance and recovery, we can build muscle, whether we're in a slight deficit or a slight surplus. Doesn't matter. If we sustain those two elements, which most people don't realize, it's only performance and energy. If we can perform and give the muscle stimulus, and we can recover, we will build muscle. So this green line here represents how the journey of what we do with myself year round and our clients, and how we build everyone's physiques and mindsets and life, and they feel good literally 100% of the year. This green line. That dotted line represents maintenance. We might go into a slight surplus and we might go into a slight deficit. So we might, at the start, clean up. I'm going to go into the nitty gritty of this very shortly, but we might just strip off some body fat whilst still building some tissue. Then we're going to stay lean, build some more tissue, and then just pull it in. But we're just staying a lot more stable, guys. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we set this up. Whereas the red is the bulk cut. It's just excessive drops in performance and recovery. And yes, the gains of performance and recovery can slightly increase. So yes, you can be in a good position, but then you're fat and you feel shit. And then you drop everything and your performance and recovery goes and you lose it. Okay? It's not the way forward. Yes, it's the way forward if you do want to be a pro bodybuilder, not taking anything away from that. But I can guarantee you, if you're still watching right now, you don't want to be a pro bodybuilder deep down at heart. You just want to be a lad that's fucking killing it at life. Yes, looks sick, takes all the benefits away from having a sick physique, but then has the mindset on top of the body, then has the lifestyle and the career. It's not all about physique in life, guys, but it's essential. It's not sufficient. Remember that saying, guys, the physique is essential, but it's not sufficient to building your best life. It's not good enough on its own. You build the physique first, phase one, always, because you can't have the mind without that. Once you've got the mind, you then build the career, the skill sets, the lifestyle. Big focus on performance and recovery. Now, lads, the training side of things. Training is extremely important for building muscle mass. It's responsible in the recomposition phase for building all muscle mass. Everybody says it's all nutrition, guys. It's not just nutrition. It's fucking all of them. Nutrition is extremely good, but it serves a different purpose I'm going to run you through shortly. The job from training is, if we want to build muscle, guys, we have to deliver mass amounts of stimulus to the muscle to give it a reason to grow, in simple terms. So we need a lot of focus on the movement patterns, i.e. the exercises that we do that are going to allow us to stimulate that and get good growth. The volume per body parts. That's what we work on very intentionally. That's what we work on very intentionally with our clients in terms of we want to craft an exact aesthetic, an exact physique. So you actually want to be very mindful on what volume is going to what body part, what movements to each part of each muscle, so we can really create the aesthetic we want as we're shredding the body fat, building the muscle mass. Execution. If we're executing the movement poorly, and I also want to bring up here, guys, a lot of people have a misconception between real and feel. They think what they're doing is not what they're actually doing. So when you can try and train near mirrors at times or get videos and go back to it, but you have to train well. Because if you're doing a delt movement, but then you're not isolating the delt well, your delts won't grow. Same for any muscle group. Intensity, we need that stacked on top of the good movement, the good amount of volume, the good execution, but then we need a great amount of intensity and always progressing that intensity in order to keep building more muscle mass. And then movement and cardio. So that's steps or list cardio like Stairmaster, bike, etc., but non-neurologically taxing in like that zone 2 region, 130, 150 beats per minute, where we're burning calories, we're burning body fat, but it's not taxing. It's not adding lots of fatigue to us, which would actually inhibit us building more muscle mass. So it's allowing us to lose the body fat, but without taking performance away from the resistance training where we would build muscle mass. Now, the nutrition side of things. This is responsible for body composition, the body fat. Here's how I'd go about it, guys. We do a 2-week priming phase. This is essentially maintenance calories, okay, where we're going to set up our carbohydrates, our proteins, our fats to maintenance calories. From here, we then need to identify what is our primary goal based off of our current position. So where are we right now? If we're completely honest with ourselves, are we more than 10% body fat? If you are, after you've done the 2 weeks maintenance phase with your macros set up optimally for performance energy recovery, we then need to go into a recomp on the way down, a slight deficit to strip body fat down to that 8 to 10% marker where we're most sensitive to insulin, best at partitioning nutrients, and then we can start tapering things back up. Or guys, if you are already less than 10% body fat or 10%, and we want to get straight into building muscle tissue and staying lean because we've already got into that sensitive position, we can actually look at the surplus route from the start. But again, guys, as I showed you before, we're in that channel. It's nothing extreme either way. So pretty much the diet's going to be the same year round. We're just slightly tweaking around the macros and the cardio and the movement to suit and optimize it. Such fine margins, but it's extremely easy to live it as a person. So deficit wise, 200 to 500 calories max deficit. And we're doing that via food. We're doing that via movement. Ideally, I like it with higher food. So almost food as close to maintenance as possible. And then just increasing the non-taxing movement like the steps and the cardio so that we have that food to sustain the high increased gym performance. And the gym performance obviously relates to us building more muscle mass. So that just means we can lose the same body fat from the deficit, but we've got a higher performance in the gym and higher recovery capability, which then means we can build more muscle mass and lose body fat at the same time at an even faster rate. However, for some people's lifestyles, they have to go a little bit more 50-50. Some cases, I've even had it, like when I was in Bali, I actually had to just pretty much strip the food and have less movement just due to circumstances of walking over there. The roads are absolutely chaos. But when I'm in Dubai, I like to keep food as high as possible and move the movement up. If you're in the surplus phase, 200 to 400 calorie surplus via food, preferably carbohydrates. And I would do this until you actually feel an actual mental difference, cognitive decline, where carbs have got to a point. It doesn't usually, guys, with the food we're actually playing with in this sort of window with this style of training and nutrition. But I would push carbohydrates all the way. And if you did feel that cognitive decline, then I would actually hold carbohydrates there, if not pull them back, and work the calories up utilizing high quality fat sources. By having the carbohydrate structure and pushing those rather than the fats from the get-go, again, just means that we can get more cell hydration, hydrating the muscle. We obviously have to have sufficient hydration as well, which we're going to talk about. And that just means, again, we can push performance from such a small surplus where we can get leaner at the same time as building muscle if we're in that responsive position. Why? Because we might be in a 200 calorie surplus, but now we're actually burning another 200 calories or more by having that surplus, but training at a higher intensity with more stimulus. So we're actually not going into too much of a surplus, and all of that food is being used for performance. That's the biggest takeaway I want you to take away from anything in a surplus. The food all needs to be used for more performance. Like we said, we have to bring it back to what's the purpose? It's performance and recovery. So if you're not pushing your performance when you slightly nudge your food, that's an issue. You've got to work on the gym. Lifestyle. Obviously, we've got to piece this all together. Like I said, it's very important to have a good lifestyle. It's also very important to operate at the highest level and be successful in all areas of life. Have a good routine. So here's the blueprint, I would say, guys. It's like 6 days per week meal plan. This is what I do. 1 day per week macros. This is the blueprint we really run with all of our clients. Calories, protein, and food sources if you're traveling. So if you're away on holiday or business travel, I would hit your calorie target, we'd have you set at your protein target, and as well as you can then in the calories. It's sometimes hard to hit macros when traveling just because of access to certain food sources. If you can, obviously you would do that, and you may use MyFitnessPal to do that. And then when we're out and about and we've got social events, you just got to stay future and growth mindset focused. Okay, so aligned with the best version of yourself. If you think of the guy with the better physique, the better mindset, the better career, the better financial situation, the better lifestyle, how would they operate in a social event? They wouldn't be being an idiot. So just act in alignment with those. And the reason I say 6 days per week meal plan, guys, is simply to keep you consistent. Okay, too many people say they're going to hit calories and macros and they never do. And because they're so inconsistent, they never actually get the goal. You want to build a meal plan. All we do with our clients, guys, is we build them the exact macro structures they need to be that week and a meal plan that works around their lifestyle, their food choices that they want to eat, that they can then stick to, and now they don't have to think about it. Like for anyone that's seriously career focused, guys, and you want to look good, you don't want to be wasting time thinking about what you're having and then missing on macros. You should just remove all decision fatigue. So working days, I would say you should work 5-6 days a week. 6 days a week, hit your meal plan. Remove all decision fatigue. You've got a meal plan you love, hit it, run with it 6 days a week. Then maybe 1 day per week, you go into a restaurant, or you're saying, you know what, I'm going to do a whole MyFitnessPal day. I've got more time on my hands. It's a Sunday. I'm just going to use MyFitnessPal and hit my macros. Nice and simple, guys. It's not that hard. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you watching. Hope you're taking a lot of value from this. I am just going to quickly run you through where you can find me on other platforms. We've got my Instagram at Tom D. Pearson. That's my personal. Let's connect on there. You can shoot me a message if there's anything you want to chat about. Also share a lot of my daily habits on there behind the scenes. The business page where we share quite a lot of our results, Electo1_. YouTube, obviously you're on that right now. Make sure you do like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know how you're finding these videos. If there's anything else you want to see, what you found the most valuable from this video. Spotify, I've also just started uploading, guys. So if you do love these YouTube videos, but you want to hear it in an audio format, if you're driving, if you're in the gym, if you're on a walk, whatever, we don't miss Tom Pearson on Spotify, and everything will be uploaded on there. And for any of you guys who are very serious about building your best physique, about building the mindset, career, financial situation, lifestyle, and you do want to kill it and you want to be in that 1% window, then I will put my links below. We're not here, guys, to take people to just average. If you want to be average, go find a low performer brand. If you want to be operating on the highest standard, the best physique, the best mindset, and just ultra success everywhere you go, then the link below, guys. See you soon, guys. I will catch you in a bit.